Alright, so today we're going to be covering some things for the wrist and the elbow. The first thing that we're going to do is tape the elbow for hyperextension. And when it's on, you'll very quickly see that it looks very similar to the knee hyperextension taping. And so what we're going to do is bring them into full extension, but then back just a little bit. So kind of depends on where you want them. If, let's just say, at 90 degrees there was pain, then you actually might even tape them here and limit them from 90 degrees on. Obviously that would limit the functionability of the athlete, but most of the time when they get into full extension, that's where the pain is. So we want to kind of get them into about that position. Then they can kind of move around, do the sport things that they want to do. They've got full flexion, but as soon as they get kind of to that end range of extension, it's limited and stops. So just like the majority of our tapings, make sure they're clean shaven, tough skin around, just to make sure that it is the pre-wrap is sticky. We're going to apply our pre-wrap right around the elbow. We're going to place some anchors, both at the distal or mid forearm, going onto the skin. And in this situation, you don't want to go too tight, because you don't want to kind of restrict the amount of wrist flexion that they can have. We're going to go up and go over the skin on the biceps. Here you're probably going to have them contract the biceps, so that way it's kind of at its largest point, so that way it doesn't tighten up too terribly much. So there. So now we've got our anchors right onto the skin. So now, very similar to the knee, we're going to make some crossing fan patterns. So I'm going to bring this across here to this anchor. So from anchor to anchor, and across, right at space right in the elbow here. Okay. Now, if you wanted to, you could actually do a spiral strips if you wanted to, just like with the knee. So you could apply one nice and tight there with a little twist. Obviously, the arm is not going to be as strong as the knee, so you don't have to do nearly as many of these. And one thing that's kind of helpful too here is that you can actually do a couple in the center. So you can actually attach one from here to here. And what that's going to do is that holds fairly tight, is really going to, again, limit how much extension they have. So now you're going to lock these anchors up. Again, have them contract their biceps, so it's not too terribly tight. Okay. At this point in time, you want to test it to see, does it limit how much extension she has, keeping it from that painful range. Take our elastic wrap everything, wrap it completely up. That way everything's covered, because she's going to be playing a sport. Probably a pretty good chance that somebody is at some point in time going to reach and grab one of those pieces and rip them off, and that would be very uncomfortable. So that way, everything's completely sealed up. Check circulation, check sensation, check pulse, making sure that everything looks good and is good and secure. And she should be ready to go.